world to know. Got to let you.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Patreon says something went wrong. Let's try again.
Uh-oh. Why did something go wrong? Go back, maybe? Oh, no. Let's just do it again.
Oh, you got logged out this way.
It logged me out? Why? That's so stupid. Use YouTube Live. I know, but I did all of this work and now we have to redo it and we're already live and they're like, where's Vanessa? Okay. Join here. Can you put Canna caramel corn? And then we'll just go to next and we'll go to no and then just say join the club. And no, we don't want to schedule. Please work, Patreon. It logged me out. That's so weird. I guess I was just logged in for too long. All right, it's okay. We're back. We figured it out. If there's not like a slight technical difficulty, then I feel like I'm not alive. Right? Oh, I gotta turn off the sound on mine so I can't hear me. There I am. I can see myself on my laptop. And I can see me there. No one's here yet.
I don't see you on YouTube.
Oh, it's because it's delayed.
Yeah, but that's like a...
But look at, refresh your YouTube because I see me. Sometimes there's a lag on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, there is. Just that was...
From that, yeah, like from that, from when we post though. Do you see?
Yeah. Okay.
It's so weird. Anyway, let me know when you're here, everybody. We started a little bit early, but that's okay. We like to do it that way so that I can kind of get ready. I might make myself a coffee. That was, see? I'm even on your phone. I'm everywhere. Oh, Caitlin's here. Caitlin? No, it's Caitlin. Didn't she go over this last time?
I don't know.
I don't think it was Catlin. What am I doinking on? I keep getting the Nimbus snacks from Moon Made Farms just because it's like, it's a pretty smokable sativa, easy smoking. Oh my gosh, she's laughing at us, Winslow. Don't forget to put your mic on when you talk today too, because people like to hear from you.
Well, it's really echoey.
Is it?
Yeah. I have to set
Oh,
up the
didn't we?
second
We could. You could just turn the second one on.
Yeah, but I gotta configure a hotkey for it.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you
If I wasn't late today, I would have set it up.
It's okay. Next time. I'm trying to stay hydrated. Hi, Eddie Moretti. Oh, Bonbon. We're still getting ready, so I'm just gonna make myself some coffee because I don't usually use Illy all the time. It's just what was available at the store. Today we're gonna make Canna caramel corn, and it's delicious. And so we're gonna dose it accordingly. And Lee was talking about with their edibles that they're always kind of sleepy. I should check the chat and see if the group chat, if you're not in the group chat yet and you're a member of the club, you really should get into the group chat. It's under the community tab. Okay, so Michelle's gonna miss the live, but she can catch up later because these post there. And then I just wanted to see what Lee said. They didn't respond. Okay. Basically, they said that they put a gram of nice flour into, I don't know how much butter. They sous vide decarbed it for 2 hours. And then they, and then they infused it into butter for 2 hours. So I'm going to show you my process for making butter today. And this is using that CBD THC flour. And you can do this with full THC flour. You know, when you get a concentrate like live rosin, then you just have to decarb it. And then you can just put it, just homogenize it into a butter. With flour, we have to do this infusion to get the resin off of the plant into the fat. With concentrates, they do that for you. It's already been done. We got 5 more minutes. I'm making this coffee. I might make it a nice coffee. Yeah, I feel a little sleepy today. That trip took it out of me. It was brutal. I'm not gonna lie. I did not sleep well. And it was a lot of work. So, and then I had to I was working up until I left, right? Like putting chocolates down the enrobing line, trying to space them out so that when they are salting them, it doesn't get messy. Cause it's like an I Love Lucy episode, you know what I mean? Where she's just shoving them in her mouth, because you get to this point where you're like, fuck. I'm, I need to get more candy cups. I need to do this. But if the chocolates are coming down the line, they're coming down the line and they're not stopping. So I was pacing it out, pacing out the caramels and then trying to calculate in my mind, okay, Esmeralda gets off at 2. We have 2 more hours, but we've got this many trays and it takes us this long to enrobe 35 caramel, you know what I mean? Doing that kind of math, like how quickly do I need to put these down the line? So we shut up. It's funny when you get into a kitchen and at first you talk and you want it to be fun and stuff, and then there gets to this point where everyone is like, shit, we have a lot of work that we have to do and this much time to get it done in. We all need to be really quiet and just super focused on what we're doing, and you get into this zone and it's awesome, but it's also very stressful. So how's everyone doing? Madam Dram is here. Wish we could see that chocolate making madness. I took some video of it. It's hard for me to capture content while I'm in the process of it, because I'm taking caramels apart or putting things in boxes and stuff, and I can't really afford to bring someone up with me right now just to shoot that, but we'll see. I'm working on it. I'll work on it. Anyway, we're decarbing some flour in the oven right now. It's at 240. And it's been in there probably for 20 minutes. And I'm going to let it go a little bit longer. We're supposed to start in 2 minutes. So this is cute. I like to be able to watch and see the chat. I do it for free. Yeah, but are you a videographer? Or just record it on the phone? I'm getting some iced tea. I need some caffeine faster than this coffee can give me. This was so last minute too. Basically, Millie from Cornerstone was like, how many boxes do you have left? And I was like, I've got 70 boxes left. And she's like, okay, we'll take them all. I was like, great, take them all from the last batch I did. But then I was like, oh shit, now we don't have any chocolates. So I have to go up to Selena's, and get it done. So I booked a hotel the day of, before I got on my flight.
Did you? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if you fly out there.
Yeah, I flew because I didn't want to drive Carmen. Although I might just rent a car next time and drive up in a rental car. And then I stayed in this place that was kind of, I looked up to see if it was haunted. It didn't say it was haunted, but I felt like it was a little bit haunted. You know what I mean? Like, it just was really old. It was like an old Victorian, and I just feel like it, some things happened there or something. They were friendly ghosts. It didn't seem, they didn't seem to want anything from me, but yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't sleep well. Anyway, so, okay, let's get started on this caramel corn, okay? Let's get started. Enough talk, enough chit-chat about marigolds. I don't want to think about it anymore. I just want to think about how to get them sold, how to sell some chocolates for the holidays, get them into more shops. It's so hard to get chocolates into shops. Yeah. It's really hard. Dispensaries, like, you know, they're skeptical of brands, and I kind of don't blame them, but I don't know. I'd be stoked if there was this chocolate maker that was like, hey, do you want to carry my chocolates? I have customers that are recommending your dispensary, so they will, they're going to buy them. You know, like, there's no risk there. I've sold them. Just carry them, because I can't legally sell directly to customers, which sucks. Like, imagine any other business that, I guess alcohol, there's not like an Everclear store, there's not like a, you know, I'm bad at alcohol, there's not like a Bullet whiskey store. They're sold in liquor stores because it's a controlled substance. There's not like a Marlboro,
Like cigarette store?
How do you say that? Marlboro?
Marlboro.
See, it's not easy. Marlboro? Is the L silent?
I think so.
Marlboro? Marlboro.
Yeah, there you go.
Marlboro. The L's silent. Anyway, they don't exist. They don't have a store. So I guess that makes sense. Anyway, let's make this candy. Candy time. First, we need to make popcorn, and I almost set my house on fire today, so we're not going to do that. Right? That's not the goal, to set the house on fire. Ugh, but I almost did. I have to grab a big pot. I'm not going to grab a big pot. I'm going to grab this size of pot. And fingers crossed it's big enough. It's probably not big enough. But that's okay. We're going to put in this, I'm just going to make some popcorn. I'm just going to put a little splash of, this is much canola oil. Oh my God, don't come for me, okay? Seed oil people. Use whatever the fuck you want. Just use a high smoking temp oil. Don't come for me. And then we want a 1/4 cup, here it is, of, this is Chrissy Teigen's Cravings, white gold kernels, whatever, popcorn kernels. You could use something else. Oh, people do it this way. This is how people test to see if they're, oh, that's my coffee. Okay, so, if I'm moving a little bit slow and crunchy today, it's because I worked out on Friday. I lifted weights, so I'm bragging about it, first of all, because I want myself to keep going. So I feel like if I talk about it, then I'm obligated to go more. So I just put a kernel in there. As soon as that pops, I know the oil's like, the pan's hot enough, and we're gonna do, I think that was enough oil. Yeah.
Say hi, Marvin.
Hi, Marvin. Oh, Marvin's here. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. So we want a 1/4 cup of, 1/4 cup of kernels. You can also just get some popcorn in a bag you know, the kind that you put in your microwave, and do that. It just has to be popped. But I don't know how much this is popped. We can measure it out. Why don't we do that for each other? Okay. La-di-da-di-da. Do. I'm making myself coffee too while we're waiting for this popcorn kernel to pop. So just pouring it over ice. It's Saturday, you know? Oops, my mic just dropped. Where did it go? Tried to fall on the ground. Don't do that. It's a Saturday. What's everyone doing? Hi, Marvin. What's everyone got planned? I did nothing last night. I just relaxed. It felt so good. Obviously, I took Bonbon out. She went for a little... Where is she? Is she outside? She is? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, she's on the couch. It's so funny how she does that. There we go. So this kernel just popped, and I'm going to dump this in, put this lid on, and just kind of rock it like a baby. Rock-a-bye baby. Is that like a fucked up song? Let's think about it. Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop. What the fuck is baby doing on a treetop? When the wind blows, the cradle will rock? Drop? Yeah. If the bough breaks, that's look it up on the computer. Did I give you a tab? I hear him popping. I think it's a fucked up song. So Eddie's chilling. Caitlin just got back from an antique festival. Shit, will you show us what you got, Lamoureux? Show us what you got at the antique festival. I'm planting a blueberry pancakes from Humboldt. Shit, everyone's got fun plans today. See how they're kind of spacing out those pops? You don't want to burn your popcorn. They're still popping though.
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
Yeah?
When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall.
And down will fall baby, cradle and all. What the fuck is with that song? Okay, I'm not hearing them popping. So, you know what? This pan was actually the right size. So, there you go, Kokomo. Huh?
That was fast.
Yeah, right? You don't need to buy those bags. It's really not that hard. I'm doing this because I want to see... Ooh! Still popping. I wanted to see how much it makes of popped popcorn.
Is it your birthday?
Huh?
Is it your birthday?
No.
Eddie says happy birthday.
Happy
no, it's Marvin's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, it's Marvin's birthday. I was like, it's not my birthday. My birthday's on the 25th. Ugh, God. I made a recipe in the cookbook. It's called Forget My Birthday Cake. That tells you how I feel about my birthday. Okay, so that's like a little more than 2 cups popped popcorn. I'm just trying to tell you in case you want to just have popped popcorn and not pop it yourself. It's like 4, So a quarter of the kernels makes about, wow, that did a really good job. I would say it makes 6 cups because I kind of made those generous, the first 2 cups. Oh my God. Oh, fucking A, man. A little bit of weightlifting and I can't even bend over. Yes, I'm eating it off the ground. Okay. So we popped our popcorn. And like I promised, we're going to make Canna butter today. Because I haven't done that with you. Partially because the recipe is in the book. But oh well. Huh? Hi. Oh wait, here we go. We got some chatting. Let's see. Marvin says tomorrow's my birthday. Eddie says happy birthday. Caitlin says I ended up getting an entire dresser set from the 1930s, 4 pieces. It's in a U-Haul in my driveway. Wow. That sounds amazing. Will you post a photo to the group chat, please? Hazel says, Libra gang. I'm actually a Scorpio. Oh, but Marvin's a Libra. I'm on a cusp. Hazel, when's your birthday? Scorpio. Yes, I'm a Scorpio. Hi, Kara. Hi, Kara Carey. Kara or Kara? Let us know. Hi, Kathy. Ciao, Kathy. Did you get your book? I sent you a book. Caitlin pre-ordered her cookbook. I'm so excited for you. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was my little dance for you. So, you're going to maybe think this. You don't have to do this for this recipe. But if you want your Canna butter to be like regular butter, like all solid like this, I explain in the book about how you take half the stick of butter and then you infuse that, or you take 1 stick and then another stick and use the second stick of butter to bring it back into this emulsion. It's kind of like tempering chocolate. It's not, I don't want to confuse you. Let's keep it simple today. I go in deeper into the butter geekiness in the book. Okay, so we're going to take, because this butter is going to get melted up into caramel anyway, we're just going to take this half a stick of butter. I guess we could do a brown butter if you wanted to go faster, but I'm not going to do that. So I take a stick of butter, and there's like a lot of ways to skin a cat, but I will say this. Infusing butter does not take a long time. Does not take 2 hours, okay? So whatever way you want to do it, don't take 2 hours to do it. 30 minutes is plenty. Okay, so I have this flour that I've been decarbing at 240. Let me see how much we should use. Oops, I left the scale back here, Winslow. Sorry. Thank you. Eddie pre-ordered 2. Wait 1 second. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh, the chat is popping. 10/8 was Hazel's birthday. That's my aunt's birthday. Eddie's was 9/25. Oh my God, it's so many people's birthdays. Marvin is glad that he pre-ordered the book. Me too. Thank you so much. It's huge. And the scale, the Libra scale. Oh my God, Hazel. Awesome. Okay, anything caramel is definitely a winner. So we're melting this butter in a double boiler. Probably should have put a little more water, but I just put a little bit of water. And the thing about butter is an emulsion. It is not like oil in that there's no water in this, right? I can heat this to a higher temperature than butter because it doesn't have water in it. Butter has water in it. And so that means when you take it to a temperature higher than 212, you're boiling out that water from the butter and you're changing the consistency of the fat. So you can either do a brown butter or you can do ghee, you know, whatever, you know, which is clarified butter. We want to keep it butter, not necessarily for this recipe, but say I wanted to use this butter for cookies. Then you want that emulsion. Or if I just wanted to spread it on a piece of toast, right? You want it to be like this. If you've ever put butter in the microwave and then you put it in the fridge, it'll separate into layers and it'll be kind of grainy. And it's because that emulsion was broken. So anyway, let's weigh out some flour because I can yabber on forever about this shit. So I decarbed that blueberry flour, CBD, and we're gonna weigh out. Let me get the scale. There. No, that's worse. Here. There. And a little bit of parchment. Or I could put it in a bowl. Ooh, this got pretty brown. It was kind of brown to begin with, but let's see how much this is. So a gram would be 100 and less than 100. It would be like maybe 100 milligrams of THC. Let's just do a gram. Oops. Should we just do it all? Fuck it. So that's like 2 grams. So that would be about 200 milligrams of THC. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it into this butter. It's better to use a metal bowl. It'll conduct heat better than a glass bowl, but I just wanted to show you. I wanted it to be see-through. So we're going to do this, but I want to wait till this butter is totally melted. And stirring your flour in here is a big part of it as well. It's like agitation. Like when you make cold water hash, it's cold, so there's that. But you're trying to break off the trichomes, and so you agitate it. Here we're trying to melt it. We're using heat. So we're trying to stir them off into the flour. So I put the flour directly into the butter. Uh-oh, where's my tablespoon? Well, have your tablespoon ready. Don't be like me. How many drawers can I slam before I find my tablespoon? Okay, so this is a teaspoon, so what we're gonna do, oh, here it is. It was in the sink because I made caramel corn this morning. I'm gonna add some water because this is gonna lose water, and we're gonna do this for 30 minutes. I'm actually gonna check my recipe from the book because I want to see if it's, here it is. If I did 1 or 2 tablespoons. Oh, let's do 2. So I'm just trying to replace any water that's going to evaporate during this process. But we're going to do this for 30 minutes. And it's good to stir it. And you can put a lid on it. Some people like to add a lot of water to their butter and then have it put it in the fridge and then pour off the water. I don't like to do that. I just like to get it like this. Just put enough water to replace the water that's going to boil off. And then put a little lid on it. So some of it will boil out because it's not airtight. But we're just going to stir that every once in a while, okay?
Mark, Marvin has a good question for you.
Let's hear it. How do you get CBG out of weed? Is it a degradation product like CBN, or does it have to be cultivated? CBG is the mother cannabinoid, so it is where THC and CBD come from. So really, if you see a lot of CBG or CBGA in flower that you're getting, one, they're cultivating it to be higher in CBG, but it means that I don't know how much of it converts to THC, or I think it's like Winslow, that you're like, oh God, that process, like, is it through, it's just time that some of it will convert to THC, CBD, different things. Some of it remains CBG. I don't know what decides that.
If
Heat.
you harvest the plant early,
It'll have
gonna
more
be
CBG.
Right, and
Right.
as it matures,
Matures.
whether
That
it becomes,
process is like, whether it becomes CBD or THC.
depends on the genetics.
Right.
Yeah. And CBG is really healthy for you. It's a really good anti-inflammatory. It's anti-anxiety.
Right.
So it's not a problem to have some CBG in your
Yeah, CBG is a good thing. Yeah. It's, and I don't know if decarboxylation of CBGA will create in that process. I don't think it's due to decarboxylation that it would become THC, but good question to ask. Great question, Marvin. Did that answer it for you? We'll get Winslow mic'd up. Let's order you a headset, Winslow, so you can feel like you're on a spaceship. You know what I mean? So I'm just stirring. I could even use a whisk and really try and get it separated. I didn't grind it because I feel like I'm gonna lose some potency in the grinder. I don't know if that's being paranoid or not, but this butter's getting all up in there. But you see there's condensation on the top, and we're gonna lose some of that water, so that's why we put it in there. When did we put this in? I don't even know. It's a 141. Let's get all of the other ingredients together. And I won't go the full 30 minutes, but basically do this for 30 minutes, right? And you'll have a really nicely infused butter. And there's always going to be some potency left in the flour just because there's butter in the flour too. You can't wring out every drop. I guess you could. You could like squish it.
I'm gonna show them this graph.
Can they see it?
No, it's not. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, I see it.
All right, so you've got CBGA, and then it can
Put your mic.
decarboxylate to CBG, and then you can see that can also become THC or CBD or CBC, and then metabolism.
See, Hazel knew would have to harvest the plants early in its flowering stage. Yes. And Marvin says you do lose a lot of trichomes when you grind. Yeah, I agree. So that's why I say I don't grind when I'm cooking with it, because I just think it's going to give you more loss, and that's not what we're about here. You see, I just kind of stir. And we don't want this to be green. I could have put more flour in here. I could have made this more potent, but honestly, I'm going to eat this whole thing I know it. I already made a batch, and I've eaten probably a quarter of it just getting ready for this live stream. So, we put 2 grams in, so 200 milligrams. That's a lot. So I'm not allowed to eat all of it. Maybe I don't know what I'm going to do. What I could do is add another stick of butter, and I might do that because I might be a baby. I can add another stick of butter to the this infused butter, and then it'll dilute it even more. I'm getting a strainer so we can be ready with that. And I know I bought some cheesecloth, but what the hell did I do with it? I haven't been in my kitchen for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm a little disoriented. We might skip the cheesecloth today because I can't find it. But if you really want to be precious about your butter, you can use cheesecloth. But let's get the candy, the rest of the candy ready. So we're gonna do. We've got our popcorn. This is actually quite a simple recipe. Keep your oven on. We're gonna preheat to 250. I have a sheet pan now. I'm using this. You could double this batch. So instead of popping a quarter cup of kernels, pop half a cup of kernels. I'm just one person. So, Winslow will have a little bit, but he doesn't have a sweet tooth. So it's really going to be me eating this. So I sprayed this with some vegetable, you could coat it with butter if you wanted. You could put parchment paper down on it. Whatever you want to do. And I'm using a quarter sheet pan. This is hot. I'm just going to leave this little one on. Stir your butter. So this heat and agitation is just kind of, and I did this for 2 hours. So here's how I did my lab testing on butter. I tested 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I did that multiple times. I also tested the flour after to see how much potency was left in the flour. Obviously, like I had to kind of streamline what was put in the book, but I do, I have all of that data. But what I found is that THC really loves butter. It really loves it. You get a lot of potency even in those first 30 seconds. So no need to stress yourself out infusing shit for 4 hours, however long. I think there are some recipes online that are like 6 hours. I'm like, whoa. It doesn't take that long. So yay, that's awesome. And I've seen like some of the recipes now that we looked at last Wednesday, a lot of them have shorter infusion times. I don't know where that knowledge is coming from, but I'm happy to see it because I'm like, it doesn't take so long. It's okay. You don't have to spend all day infusing your butter. All right, so we're going to take, where's my recipe? Half a cup of sugar, which is 100 grams. Why do I feel like I did less than that?
Do you know anything about CBC?
CBC?
Cannabichromene?
I don't.
No.
I think I did. Okay, so this is, why do I feel like I did half that for this one that I did? That feels like a lot of sugar. That's what I put, but I feel like I was stoned and I probably put half. So this is half a cup. This is a quarter cup. Maybe I did a full half a cup. Okay, we'll just leave it because I don't want to fuck up my recipe. And if it's wrong, I'll let you know quickly. This is why you shouldn't smoke pot before you make candy. Okay, 100 grams of sugar into my saucepan, and this is a, how many quarts is this? 2 quart? No, 3 quart? 2 quart. This is a 2 quart. You don't need more than a 2 quart saucepan. Oh, you've been answering this. What is it? What was that, CBC or CBS? Hi, Club. Hi, Delicious D. Look at my back. CBC isn't very active as far as I know. Yeah, I mean, I think like we kind of get obsessed with like not obsessed, but we're like, ooh, what are these other things? And I'm like, it's kind of, I don't know. There's the THCV. There's What else is there?
The THCV is very active and very unique.
Right. That's special.
CBC, I've never heard anybody talk about CBC's effects, and it's always a super trace amount.
Small amount.
Yeah.
Are there strains that have a ton of THCV in them?
Yeah, in the past few years, people have been specifically
Cultivating for that. Yeah, so that's what we're starting to see. Basically, over the last however many decades, we've been cultivating cannabis to be high in THC. That's why you don't see a lot of even CBD dominant strains or CBD high, and that's why this is so cool. You know, it's got a nice ratio to it. But as consumers become more educated and being like, hey, I don't want so much THC, I want these other cannabinoids too, then we can really start to tailor our edibles more. I think, in my opinion, more so than what we traditionally see as strain. You know, when I think of strains, I think of terpenes, like what's the terpene profile, and that's how we name them. I look more so at the cannabinoids. For the most part, it's just THC. Now, like Winslow said, we're starting to see some strains that have high THCV, high CBG would be, harvesting them early, or high CBD. And so this is different than hemp CBD, because hemp CBD is coming from a plant that is not grown for flowers, traditionally grown for fiber. So it's just a very different looking plant, and they have very low quantities of CBD in them, but they concentrate it from a lot of plants. Yeah. This is grown to be high in CBD flower. So that it's just a different, I don't know how to explain it any better than that. Sorry if I'm confusing you, but let me see. Kara says, could you add infused butter at the end so it wouldn't degrade the THC? What? At the end of what? At the end of the recipe? Where's it going to degrade? What are we talking about? What's degrading? What? I'm confused by that question. Sorry. Do you get it?
No.
Okay, good. All right. Sorry. I don't know what you're asking exactly. We're not going to have any THC degradation.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Unless you leave your weed out in heat, in the open air, in the sunshine, or you were like really, really heating it super hot, the caramel is only going to go to 240, 250. That's what we decarb at. And it's going to be, now it's got butter all around it. So for what I saw in my lab testing, as soon as you put it into a fat, it protects those cannabinoids a little bit. You can still decarb in a fat, but it takes longer. So don't worry about that. Don't worry. Okay, let's add some honey. We're going to add, I actually didn't do this by weight, but this should be like 42 grams. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of honey. You could use corn syrup too. You could use agave if you're vegan. I think you could probably use Earth Balance instead of butter. Try infusing that. Oh my God, she chose the funniest place to lay down, Winslow. She just wants to be next to you. Okay, and then I did a tablespoon in my last one. It probably only needs about a half a tablespoon. If you want to skip the molasses, you don't want to buy molasses. I don't like buying brown sugar, so I just buy molasses. I put a half a tablespoon of molasses in. I did a full tablespoon last time. I feel like it's probably too dark for some people. You could just use brown sugar. Half a cup of brown sugar instead of regular sugar, and half a tablespoon of molasses. We're going to add a pinch of salt. This is kosher salt. And I have some baking soda for when we are done. Bum, bum, bum. But I gotta make sure I've got the little half. I only need a 1/4 teaspoon. Oh, it's right here. It's right in front of my face. I'm tired. It's okay. It happens to the best of us, you know. We get tired. The older I get, the more tired I get. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that there. Let's get this butter done. I don't know how long that's been infusing for. I probably shouldn't have put so much water just because, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it into a caramel, so it's going to cook out because I'm not infusing this so long. But I'm going to strain it right into our pot. Is anyone upset about that? I don't think so. You can see. So I'm taking this off of the double boiler. Your butter should really not be super green unless you put a shit ton of wheat in it. Then yeah, it should probably be green. But see, I'm like squishing these and stirring it up and just try to agitate get those, it smells really good. It smells like the blueberry. So this is gonna be potente. If I was gonna put this on toast, and how I say to do it in the book is strain it out into another bowl and then put some unmelted, some butter from the fridge into it, stir it, and as that butter slowly melts into the infused butter, it'll bring the emulsion together and you can solidify it like a stick again, and it'll cut just like butter. It's like seeding chocolate. When you temper chocolate, which is also an emulsion, the crystals align and the crystal structure gets solid again. So that's how dorky I got in the book. I hope you're gonna enjoy it because I went full dork mode. I was like, either people are gonna get this and fuck with this, or they're gonna be like, this lady is nuts. But I trust that the club is gonna love it. So I'm just gonna pour this through a strainer. Like I said, you could put some cheesecloth to get it out, to really squeeze it out and not have any kind of flour, but I'm not worried. Okay, so we got a good amount of potency. If I wanted to get more, make sure I get every last drop of potency out of this flour, I could just, put it in some more butter and cook it longer, but I'm not worried about it, okay? I didn't like smoking this flour, so I was like, oh, I'll just cook with it. So I'm glad you guys voted for that. I know the rosin was a close second, but I just wanted some CBD and blueberry so when I think about cooking with strains, as far as the terpenes, I go, does this taste good? Blueberry in caramel. Yeah, that sounds fucking great. That sounds pretty awesome. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're infused. That's it. We're infused. You could do that for half an hour, that infusion. We have our popcorn here, and we're just gonna stir this and cook this caramel. This is a cheater caramel. Instead of the caramel I make for marigold, I caramelize the sugar. We don't really have to do that so much here because the molasses is going to create a lot of that caramel flavor, or the brown sugar, whatever you decide to use. But it's going to be so good. I love caramel popcorn. Do you say caramel or caramel?
I think it's either.
Right? It is. But I'm asking what you say.
Caramel.
You say caramel too? I like Violife for plant butter. Okay, I haven't tried that one yet. Caitlin loves the dorky stuff. Good. I think you could do the same thing for those. They're basically, how they're doing them is they're taking an oil and then creating an emulsion somehow with their vegan science. I love it. We can do anything these days. Ooh, the dogs are yelping. So this was half a cup of sugar, half a tablespoon of molasses, a quarter teaspoon of salt, the half a stick, or not a half a stick, a full stick or half a cup of unsalted butter that we infused with 2 grams of flour. What else did I put in here? Honey, 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla just because, why not? And I did, you know, you don't have to be too particular about temperature. I just like to know what temperature I bring my candies to. But 240 Fahrenheit is good. We're going to pop it in the oven, and it takes an hour in the oven. You could probably even skip the decarb on this because it goes in the oven. But I just do it to be safe because I don't know if it'll fully decarb actually. Anyway, so we take it to 240 and then it goes in the oven at 250 Fahrenheit. And as it cooks in the oven, you stir it. And it basically, you know, it slowly, you bake off any moisture so that your candy corn is crunchy instead of chewy. Like if I just take this caramel and pour it all over the corn, the popcorn, and then don't bake it, it'll be like, it'll be like chewy caramel corn. I don't know if you've ever had that before, but that's not what I'm going for. That's not what we're going for. Okay, so I hit 240. We're gonna stop there. Doesn't smell like weed. Smells fucking amazing. Little hint of blueberry. I'm gonna take a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. This is gonna create a reaction with the molasses in the sugar. I'll show you. See how it nicely bubbles up? It smells amazing, actually. Yeah, the blueberry was a nice choice. It's all about like what flavors rather than like, oh, what high, unless you're looking at cannabinoids. Okay, so onto your popcorn. And stir. Now I put more molasses. I put a tablespoon of molasses in the other one that I made this morning. And I was like, I don't know, maybe that's too dark. But this is kind of what you see in stores color. I always like a darker caramel, but that's just me. I could eat molasses out of the thing, you know. So just kind of give it a nice coat and a nice stir. And like, when you're thinking about dosing, you know, I could really eat this whole bowl. Now this whole bowl has 200 milligrams in it. So I can't eat the whole bowl. So that's the predicament I'm in. I'm gonna take my pan and we're just gonna pour it in. Do you see how easy that was? That's really not that hard. I did extra things to make it, you know, I was like making coffee and doing all this other shit. So that's your caramel corn. You know, there's some caramel in the bowl, right? And this is what I talk about as far as that 20% loss. Look there's some on my spoon. There's some in the bowl. There's some in the pan. So that's where that, on top of the 12.3% in what that happens during the conversion of THCA to THC, I always calculate an extra 7% just for this loss that happens. Oh, wait, 12.3 would be 7.7% extra? Whatever. You get it. 7.3? 7.3? No, 12. What is 20 minus 12.3? Is 7.7. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 7.7. So 7.7%. I just round up. It makes it easier math, too, to be like, what is 20% less than we put 2 grams that had 11% THCA, so that would be 220 milligrams of THCA in here. So then if we took 20% off of that, that would be minus 44. So then we would get so 220 minus 44 would be 200, 176. Okay? So put your caramel corn in the oven at 250 and you just stir it like every 15 minutes. Give it a little stir. Give it a little stir for an hour. Yes, for an hour. And then, now keep in mind, I made this caramel corn with a full tablespoon of molasses, and that's why it looks darker. I wasn't looking at the chat.
No, not much happening.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, we're good. I got worried I missed things. And it's so good. I got hair in my mouth. It's my hair. It's so good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Put these in little bags. Oh. Oh my god, I love caramel corn. You could make this for people. These are a little small, but you know, you could measure it out. For the holidays, give it to people. Give it to your friends for Halloween. A little dose. This is just some cellophane, food grade cellophane bag. You can take if you have a vacuum sealer, you can just vacuum seal these closed, but they came with these little gold twist ties. So then you can just package, look at that. Isn't that so cute? And then you just make sure with all of your edibles, anytime you're giving someone edibles, you make sure to label them, okay? So we got our little caramel corn gift bag. And then let me see if I have some labels. So that's half a cup. I'm looking in my crazy drawer. This poor drawer. Oh, I do. Oh, good. Okay. So we put, it was 6 cups and we put 178. This is about maybe half a cup. Get a bag big enough for half a cup. So half a cup would be 12 cups, right? 178 divided by 12. I can't do that math.
I got you.
It's a little more than 10.
It's 15.
It's 15 milligrams. That's pretty nice, okay? Not bad, you guys. Good job. So we go Canna, caramel, corn, 15, I don't know if you can see me, milligrams THC. You see? You just create a little label, right? Oh, and guess what else I got? Okay, this is actually for a recipe I'm doing for Everclear, but I think it's cute for this too.
Suarez says marigold popcorn.
I know, I should make marigold caramel corn, right? So much easier than the candies I make now. So put your label, I put it on the wrong side of this tin, but that's okay. We have our little tin here. What did I do? It's right here. Well, We're gonna find out. Ha!
Perfect.
I'm actually pretty good at packaging design and like figuring things out like spatially. So put that like that. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at how cute we are. Then you get some red gross grain. If you want the full right? I used to work at a fancy clothing store, and so I used to like, you know, the clients always loved me because I would wrap up their presents so nicely. Now I wouldn't go in front. You could do different things, like if you wanted to, you could come across. These are pretty small, so we're gonna keep it simple. Before I would go like this, come down, give it a little twist, and then come up the other side. Remember when I sold the toffee? Your aunt is a fan of my toffee. Huh?
Really?
I thought. Wasn't it your aunt?
I am.
Well, no, I know you are. Were you lying? Was it you who wanted all the toffee and it wasn't your aunt?
Oh, it was. Yeah, yeah. It was so long ago, I forgot.
Oh, okay. You're all like, my aunt really loves your toffee. Make some more for her. And it's really you just like smashing tins of toffee. Anyway, this is the season we're going into, people. So, you know, put a little bow on it. Doesn't that look cute? Yes, it does. And then you want to... I also worked at C's Candy as a holiday helper, so I wrapped a lot of gifts. And you just got to take your time. Come in. Come like this. Give that gross grain ribbon a little snip so it's got those cute little edges on it. Right? Cutesy tootsy. Okay. So we love it. Madame Dram loves it. Turned into marigold popcorn really quick. Love it. Yeah, I know. I could come up with products all day long. It's slowly, I'm working on it. I've been talking to Mark about different products that we can do. But we're just trying to get the caramels going. Oh, I gotta stir. Don't forget to stir. I think it needs at least, maybe not a full tablespoon of molasses, but I like it a little more caramelly. Yum. Anyway, this is gonna take an hour. We can't take an hour today. Oh, you do taste the blueberry. Oh yeah. Oh, it's good. Ooh, that would be a good marigold treat. Okay. I feel like we did it. I feel like we went above and beyond. We showed what stoners can really do. Make a really cute treat. Don't tell Everclear because I need to do this for them too. So you might see these, you'll see these tins again, okay? But don't tell anyone you saw them. You have to act just as surprised. I need that in the comments, like, oh my God, wow. I can't believe those tins. Where did you get those, Vanessa? You can, I'll put these on my Amazon store. If you want, that's where I got them. Sorry, I ordered them on Amazon, okay? I tried to look at the other place that I used to order from, and they don't carry them anymore, so it's a real bummer for the because these are smaller than the ones I had before for the cinnamon toffee. I don't know if you remember, but these are really cute. These are tea tins. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to go. We're going to go. Thank you for being here on the Edibles Club Kitchen Sesh. To my Discord fam, let's meet on Discord at 4:20 today, okay? So if you haven't, we can chat in the Discord, and I'll hang out for a little bit and eat this popcorn that's in the oven with you and tell you how it makes me feel. Hopefully relaxed. All right. Thanks, everybody. Ciao. Oh, wait. Bon Bon wants to say bye.